welcome back everyone. Alright, so do you remember in the other video we did the water termite refill? But then in the other video we better refined that and we did just the worm refill. Well, right now we're going to do the pond refill. This is specifically the pond refill. Now the water termite refill video, that was just to get you comfortable on what you can do with the macro. Again, the worm refill and the pond refill, two separate macros, are to better I just woke up, words, my brain's not braining. Let's see, better narrow down our macros for the scheduler, because if we were to put the water termite refill macro into our scheduler and we set it for 7 hours, you know, for the termites or worms or whatever the hell they're called, the ponds on the other hand take like 14 hours or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it would be better and less confusing for the bot, because if the bot's trying to you know, because it records mouse clicks, so if the bot is trying, or not bot, excuse me, if the macro is trying to click on a button that's not available, problems could arise. So today, or at least in this video, that's what we're doing. So let's record. We know where our ponds are over here, right? If we're thinking, so we're gonna have to click drag, right? So let's just practice. Remember, practice always makes perfect. This is our default view. If you don't know how to get to the default view, go watch another one of my videos. They should be numbered by now, but go above ground, go below ground. That's your default view. Now, leave all of this stuff here. Leave the GM, leave the bubbles, leave all of this jazz here. We want all of that jazz there, so when we click and drag like that, we don't click on anything else. And we know that everything that, you know, would pop up would be there, just in case like the macro tries to accidentally click on something else. A lot of words, a lot of words. All right, ready? Record new macro. Click drag. Make sure you don't click on the thing flying. And then supply. This is, of course, assuming that there is enough resources in your depots to do this, because if there's not, the macro won't work correctly and everything will get messed up. The key about running a successful schedule is all of your macros are exact. And just like that, let's rename it. Pond refill. And just, how long is that going to take? 12, 14, 12. Call it 12, 15. 12 hours, 15 minutes. These are just little notes to help us. Oh, and we could do a refill on the worms. So let's just really quickly test this one, because this one was pre-recorded. The worm refill. Okay, let's get rid of this one. We don't need that one anymore. So what we did was we deleted the worm and pond macro that was recorded together. However, really quick, showing you now, we did the worm refill already in a video. So let's go ahead and play this one, and that should collect all of our worm stuff and refill them. If it's not recorded correctly, we'll be able to see it now. Notice my mouse is over here. It looks like it's working perfectly well. That's a problem. Do you notice the problem? That's a problem. We're gonna have to fix that, ladies and gentlemen. What did it not do? What did it do and what did it not do? It did what we wanted to do. It clicked and dragged successfully. It individually collected our worms and restarted them. It finished and the macro window disappeared. But what didn't it do? Remember, what was it, the first video that I made? Maybe the second one, I'm not sure, on this series. Every macro needs to start and end on the default view in order for all this to work. And this is why. This is a really good teaching lesson here. When you record your macros, you got to ensure that happens. And you have to test your macros before you run them through the schedule. Because by the time you get to your schedule, if things are wonky, like not working correctly, nothing will work correctly. If one macro doesn't work as it should, none of them will. Not because the other ones are messed up, but because that one messed up, right? Let's say here, you see how it ended here? And let's say the pond macro is coming up next. Well, this macro starts, the very beginning starts at default view. So when this pond macro starts, it's going to be assuming that your hill is at default view. And when it's not, it's going to be clicking everything else on the screen. And that's going to put it off. And then the next one, and then the next one, etc. Shit rolls downhill, ladies and gentlemen. So this has to be redone. The worm macro has to be redone. Okay. Grow stronger. Macro everything.